Good morning everybody. Sorry I wasn't able to put a video up yesterday. The snow flummoxed me and it was my little boy's birthday yesterday, so I was all in a tiz and I knew that Miss Davenport had left you with the white rose slides. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to go over the white rose slides from yesterday if you managed to watch those, because the work that we're doing at the moment is very tricky, okay? So I thought if I was to go over that again today, that's really going to help us, okay? Because I felt quite disappointed that I couldn't put you a video up yesterday, all right? Because I knew that's something that I would find tricky if it was me at home. So I'd like to do it with you this morning. Now, I've left this slide blank because I just want to talk to you about these symbols. Now, you saw this symbol at home yesterday. What does that symbol mean? What is it telling us? Well, I don't know if you've said that it's greater than, okay? This symbol is greater than, and sometimes we call them crocodiles to help us remember, because we add some teeth in and we think about, what do crocodiles like eating? Well, crocodiles, if I was a crocodile, I would love to eat the largest bun. So, my little boy's birthday yesterday, so we had lots of cakes, lots of buns, okay? I would want the largest bun. I wouldn't want the crumb there, no way, okay? So greater than, the greatest part, okay? The biggest number will always be where the mouth is open. Now, we wouldn't normally see these teeth. You've got to use your imagination a little bit to help you imagine that there are teeth on this symbol, because if I take that away, it just looks like that. And in our head, we just have to imagine there's some teeth. And Mrs. Eastwood likes to eat the biggest piece, okay? Cake and chocolate, some of my favourite things. Now, if it's pointing this way, I know that it's saying that it's less than. This is greater than, this is less than, because at this side, we'd put that tiny crumb. Remember, Mrs. Eastwood doesn't want the crumbs. She would love the big, yummy bun. Ooh, what would I like on my bun? I think I'll go for chocolate. I do like chocolate. I'm going to put a big piece of chocolate on there. Okay? Now, that crumb is less than that large cupcake. This cupcake is greater than this little crumb. Now here we have the equal symbol, and we're used to seeing the equal symbol at the end of a number sentence, but the equal symbol can also mean same as. So this crumb is the same as this crumb. They are equal to, okay? So when two numbers are the same, we say they're equal to. When a number is here, oh, I don't want that number, it's less than. It is less than what is on this side, because here, Mrs. Eastwood wants that giant cake, okay? This is where the mouth is open. We're opening on the greater part. Here, we're opening on the greater part, so we'd say this is greater than. The bun is greater than the crumb is less than the bun, and the crumbs are equal to. Let's see how we get on today. Hopefully that's helped us a little bit. Now, let's compare, and that's what we use our greater than, less than, and equal to symbols for comparing. Usually, we might just be used to seeing them comparing two numbers. So if you find it really tricky today, okay, and you found that doing your subtractions and then using the symbol is too tricky, then ask your adult just to write you two numbers and put the symbol in between them so that you know and you understand what greater than, less than, and equals to is. All right? So let's compare. George baked muffins. Oh, how do they know? Muffins, some of my favourites, and they're chocolate. Oh, Harry baked muffins as well. Oh, they look a little bit more tasty than George's. Let's see what happens. George baked 6 and one more. 6 and one more. Harry baked 10. Who baked fewer muffins? Who baked fewer? So fewer is the smallest, the smaller number. Who made less? Who baked the fewest? So here, it doesn't give me the answer straight away. It needs me to work it out. So 6 add 1 equals, you should know this one of our number facts, 7, okay? And I know that 7 is fewer, less than 10. 7 is less than 10. And can you see here our less than symbol? And it's correct because, remember, whoops, I'm giving it chicken pox. I'm writing all over it. Okay, here the mouth is open on the greater number. The arrow, the pointy bit, is less than. 7 is less than 10. Let's have a look. 6 add 1, okay, so that is where our 7 has come from because we had to work out the calculation. 6 add 1 is less than 10. And we can write that because we know what 6 add 1 is. In our minds, using those number bonds, we know that that is 7. 7 is less than 10. So sometimes we can use a number sentence. Right, we've got some Numicon here. Let's have a look. What have we got? We've got 5. I know that's 5 because there's 4 and 1. That's 5. I know this is 2. So I know 5 add 2. I know it's 7. I'm going to put that in a circle there so I remember that. Equals, that means it's the same as. Is this the same as? Let's see. 2. And then we've got 7. We've got 7 here. But then I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 7 again, the same shape. So I've got 7 and 14. And that's saying equal to. Let's have a look. Okay, 5 add 2 is equal to 7. It is equal to 7, but here they've showed us 14. What we've got to be careful is that they're just showing us in this part that the 7 is the same piece as that 7 there, it's just wrote differently. So we're not adding this together, they're just showing us. So if we're just looking at that bit, then yes, 5 add 2 is the same as 7. Let's have a look at this one. Something add that is what symbol? That. So we know this is the 7. I don't need to count that because I remember that is the 7. This is 5 add 4. 5 add 4 equals. Who can use their number bonds at home? Can you remember that number fact? 5 and 4. Hopefully you've said 9. So I've got 9 and 7. Imagine if that was a number of buns. Which one would Mrs. Eastwood want to eat? Would I want the 9 pile or the 7 pile? Which one am I going to go for? I love those buns, remember? I would say 9 is greater than, that big mouth is open on the 9, greater than 7. Let's have a look. There we go, we're right. The 9 is just the same, okay? It's just the same. What am I doing? It's different to this piece because we can see these extra bits coming off there, so we can see it's greater than. Going to clear that. Have a look at this one. So count up at home. We've got this number here, we know it's 7. We've got 5 add 1. 5 add 1 is 6. Okay. Think about the symbol. Which symbol is going here? We know this is 6, this is 7. Is 6 less than, greater than, or equal to? Imagine if it was a number of buns. Which pile is Mrs. Eastwood going for? She always likes the biggest pile. 6 or 7, what do we know? 6 is less than. Because it's less than, I need to make sure that I am pointing to it that way and that the mouth, okay, is open, ready for that large number, the greater number on that side. So 6 is less than 7. Let's have a look. Here we go. We've got 6 there, okay, and we can see there's our 4 there. We've got 1 here, we've got 2 extra on the 7. So we know it is that less than sign, okay. There's that 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, with our 1 on there. 5 add 1 is less than 7. Have a look at these ones. Now, what do we know about these? It's stopping and thinking. When we look at it, we think, well, this looks terribly confusing, okay? What is Miss Davenport asking us to do today, okay? It looks like junior maths almost when we're working out these number sentences and putting symbols in. But we're great. We're really good at this. We just need to stop and think sometimes. So I'm going to stop and think. What do I know? 8 subtract 3. Well, they've not finished the number sentence. We must finish it. 8 subtract 3 equals, we put our pen on. 8 subtract 3 equals, I can see they've had 8. They've crossed out the 3 and it's left us with 5. I'm very good with my tens frames now. Don't need to count them all the time. So 5 is 4. 5 is equal to, less than or greater to? Greater than. Which one? Well, think about it. That pile of buns, which one is Mrs. Eastwood going to go for? Well, obviously I'm going to open my mouth for that big pile of 5 buns because 5 is greater than 4. Let's have a look. There we go. I'm doing okay. Let's have a look. 8 minus 3 is greater than 4 because we know that 8 minus 3 is 5. Have a look at these ones for me. So here we've got 8 subtract 3 again, which we should remember because we've just done it, equals 5. So you always need to work it out first. 8 subtract 3 equals 5. And this one I've got 3. So what do you know? 5 is 3. 5 is equal to, less than, greater than. Well, which pile of buns am I going for? I'm going for the greatest pile. 5 is greater than 3, and I can see that it's greater with the number of counters there as well. Okay, look at another one. Have a look. 8 subtract minus 3, take away 3, and 7. What do we know 8 subtract 3 is? 5. Let's press that 5. So we know we have 5, we know we have 7. We have to say, start with the first number. 5 is less than, greater than, equal to. 5 is less than. I want the pile of 7 buns. So I need to make sure that I open my mouth on the 7 this way this time. Okay, 5 is less than 7. Well done, Mrs. Eastwood. Let's have a look at this one. What could the answer be? Have a think. So 9 is greater than. Let's have a look. 2 add what? So we've got 9, and we're saying 9 is greater than 2 add another number. Well, what number could we add to that 2? We could add 4, because 2 add 1, 2, 3, 4 is 6. So I know 9 is greater than 6. That is all this number sentence is telling me, is that the number is 6. And it's really important that you work out the number. 9 is greater than 8 subtract what? So 9 is greater than 8 subtract how many? 1. 8 subtract 1. So you could take away 1 and it would give you 7. And I know 9 is greater because it comes after the number 7. Let me just flip back. So here we could look at other ones. So we have 9. 9 is greater than, and I could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 subtract 3. Oh, we all know 8 subtract 3 by now. 8 subtract 3 is 5. Or you might say 8 subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 subtract 6 is 2. Let's have a look. What symbol is missing? Have a look. Let's stop and think. So we know we have 6. We know we've got a number sentence. Because the number sentence is there, we need to work out the answer. 9 subtract 4. Well, I can use my number bonds. What goes with 4 to make 9? I know it's 5. If I'm not very good, then we can use the number line. We could jump back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've landed on 5. Okay. You could draw your pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Subtract 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the method that works for you. But now we need to remember to put the symbol in. I know 5 is 6. I know 6 comes after 5 when I'm counting, so it must be greater. So 5 is less than 6 because 6 is greater. 5 is less than 6. 5 add 3. We should know this because we've been doing a subtraction similar. I know it's 8. 8. Ooh, 8, 7. Think about where the number 8 comes and where the number 7 comes. Well, I know that looking at my number line, 8 comes after the number 7. So 8 is greater than 7. 5 add 3 is greater than 7. 5, 3 add 2. Well, that's made us think, hasn't it? So 5, 3 add 2, I know is 5. Which symbol am I going to put? 5 and 5. Well, I don't know if you've said. Equal to. 5 subtract 4. There's my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1. 1, 9. Is it less than, greater than, equal to? Well done if you've said less than 9. 1 is less than 9. I'd want that pile of 9 buns. Okay. We'll see those symbols again. There we go. So reminders that you can do the jump backs to work out your answers, okay? You can use the pictures to help you, all right? Or you might use your number bonds. So we know 9 subtract 4 is less than 6. 5 add 3 is greater than 7. 5 equals 3 add 2. 5 subtract 4 is less than 9. And it's all about working out the number sentence part first, and then you can compare the numbers. Let's have a look. So we've got 5 add 2 equals 7. And here we've got 5 add 3 equals 8. Which symbol would you put? You might draw that at home. Which symbol? Okay, 5 add 2 is less than 5 add 3 because we know that this is 7 and we know that this is 8. So we know 7 is less than 8. Have a look at this one. So here we've shown 8, we've had to subtract 2, which has given us 6. Here we've had 8 subtract 3 equals 5. So we know that this is 6, this is 5. Which symbols have we put in their place? 8 subtract 2 is greater than 8 subtract 3 because that is 6, that is 5. 6 comes after 5, so it is greater than 5. Another one. See if you can write the symbol at home for me. 8 subtract 2 equals 6. 9 subtract 3 equals 6. Which symbol would you draw? If this is worth 6 and this is 6, they're different number sentences, but they give the same answer, so it is equals. Please do not worry too much if you find that a little confusing today, okay? We have covered the less than, greater than and equal to symbols at the beginning of the year, okay? Before we broke up for Christmas. So they aren't new to us, they are something we've talked about in school. But they can be very confusing and we have to use our brains quite a bit to remember which way they are pointing and which way they mean. If at home you're really struggling with using the sentences, you might ask your adult just to write you 2 numbers. You might ask them to write, 2 numbers like this. Let's say 4 and 7, and just put in the greater than, less than, equal symbol to get started. So 4 and 7, which is the greatest number? Well, I know the greatest number is 7, so I'm going to put my symbol with the mouth opening that way. So then I would say 4 is less than 7. For me, it helps me being able to spot which is the greatest number, so I can open the symbol on the correct number, and then you read how it's pointing. So 4 is less than 7. You might put 6 and 2. So I look at it and I think, well, this is the greatest number. I'm putting my symbol that way. So 6 is greater than 2. You might just want to practice with your symbols before you look at the number sentences to help you. It is tricky, so please don't worry too much if you find this hard at home. let us know, and then we can give you some tips at school just to try and help you out if you are finding that tricky today. All right, bye.